Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Mostly Programming. My name is Vivek Garg and this is lesson 15 of learning Python scripting from scratch. In today's lesson we are going to see what are functions in Python. The scope for today's lesson is functions, creating a function, invoking a function, arguments or parameters, max and min functions, which are inbuilt functions in Python. We are going to see what are its applications. Also, we are going to see some example Python scripts. So without any further ado, let's get started. But before that, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do that right now because it's free. Also press the bell icon so that you never miss an update from Mostly Programming. Do follow us on Instagram, which is at @mostlyprogramming, because we come up with daily practice sessions and quizzes on the Instagram handle. So follow us there. Let's get started. So what is a function? A function is basically a block of code which only runs when it is called. It is based on the code reusability concept. I'm going to describe you what a code reusability concept is. We can pass data known as parameters into a function. A function can return data as a result. All these technical terms. Let us see with the help of an example what actually a function is. Right. So let's see an example. Def my function parenthesis a colon print hello from a function. Def keyword is used to create a function, but only creating a function is useless. It does nothing until it is invoked or called. Let's go to PyCharm and see what actually a function is. Suppose here I am writing a function or defining a function def my underscore function, then parenthesis and a colon. Then inside the function I am writing a statement print hello from a function. The code is okay now. That's how we define a function basically. Let's run this. Go to run and run. Python first, yes. So we will see that we are seeing that nothing is printed on the screen. Why so? Because this is just the function creation. We have not invoked the function or we haven't called the function. What do I mean by invoking or calling the function now? That is, I have to write the function name here to invoke it. I have to call the function to do the task it has been assigned. Let's run it now and we will see that hello from a function is now printed. So basically this block here is creating a function, whereas this lower part here, this one is invoking a function or calling a function. Def is the keyword which is used to define a function. Now the major question that arises here is, what is the need of a function? Suppose we need to write the same code again and again in a program. For example, if I want to add 10 numbers, I need to write the same addition program again and again, the addition code again and again in the program, which is tiring and time consuming and memory consuming, right? So functions come there as a rescue. What we can instead do is we can just write the function, the main code which is for addition a single time, and then we can simply call the function whenever it is needed. That means we are defining a task that how it should be performed, and whenever we need that, we are calling that task. We are calling that function to perform that task for us. Now we can give that function values from the outside, and we can even take values from the function back to the outside. Now what do I mean by that? I hope you are a little confused now. Let me just show you some examples. The print function that we have been using, an inbuilt function to print something. Suppose I am going to run this now. Print hello. Hello is printed. So print is basically a function which is an inbuilt function in Python, we are simply invoking the print function and passing an argument to it. We are passing a string hello as an argument to it. Similarly, this is an inbuilt function. Similarly, we can create user-defined functions. I'll just show you an example of a user-defined function. How do we define a user-defined function? We use the keyword def, def, then the name of the function, suppose my function, then parenthesis and a colon, then a properly intended block. Then inside the function we can write anything, print, okay, print, what do we need to print? We can print anything. Suppose I'm printing here, hello, what is your name? Okay, I have created this function, I have defined this function. Now this function does nothing until it is invoked. And what do I mean by invoking? Similarly, we invoke the print function or the input function. Here we have to invoke call the user defined function by its name, which is simply my function. So whenever I'm going to type my function here, let me type it several times. My function. So I have invoked my function 2 times. So we will see that hello, what is your name? Hello, what is your name is now printed 2 times. That means I wrote the code just a single time, but I can invoke it multiple number of times. That's how a function is used. Let's see some more examples. Functions are very important in any programming language, be it C, C++, Java, or Python scripting language itself. Let us see another function, which is a greeting function. Define greeting, semicolon, then inside it I am going to simply print hello. Okay, and then what I am doing is invoking a function, which is just write the name greeting. Whenever now I will type the word greeting, I will invoke the function greeting, hello would be printed. Let's run it now. And we can see hello is printed twice because we have invoked the greeting function twice. Now there is a concept of passing the values to the function and returning values from the function. What is that now? Let us see. Let me write a comment here first. Passing arguments to a function. Now what do we mean by argument? Argument is any value that we are passing from the outside to the function. For example, I have created a function here, suppose def sum, right? What I have done here is C is equal to A plus B, then here only I have done print C, right? This function is not yet complete. I am going to show you what is missing here. Let's first call this function sum. Okay, so now the values that I'm going to pass inside the parenthesis while calling the function, while invoking the functions, are arguments. Suppose I'm writing here 9 and 10. I'm passing these two values 9 and 10 to the sum function. Now if I'm sending something from the outside to the function, it must be received somewhere. So here I am writing two parameters a and b, then 9 is sent to a, 10 is sent to b, then c is equal to a plus b, then I am printing c. Let's run this program and see that 19 is printed on the screen. Similarly, I can pass multiple values by calling the function again and again, 77, 88, then sum 90, 89.0, 89.6. Let's run it now. So what the function does is it basically adds two numbers which are being sent from the outside to the function itself. First we send 9 and 10, the sum is 19 and which is printed. Then 77 plus 88 which is equal to 165, and then 90 plus 89.6 which is equal to 179.6. So that's how we pass arguments to a function. Arguments are basically values that we are passing to the function from the outside. Now there is a concept of returning values from the function itself. In passing the arguments, what we were doing is we were passing some values as the arguments in the parentheses while calling a function. But now what we are doing is we are passing the values only. Also we are taking something back from the function. And how we can do that? Suppose if I am removing this print statement from here and I am writing return C instead, and here what I am doing is print sum 910, print sum, also once more here print. Let's run it now. Okay, so what we basically did here is, in the previous code what we were doing, that we were passing something from the outside to the function and printing it there only. Like here was the print statement inside the sum function and we were printing it there only. But now what we are doing is we are calculating the sum of A and B inside the function, but not printing it inside the function only. Instead we are returning the value C to the main function, to the main program, and then we are printing that this sum 9 plus 10 passed 9 comma 10 to this, and then the sum of those numbers is evaluated and the value C, which is the addition of the two numbers, is returned here, and that is printed. That's how we pass arguments to a function and return values from a function after evaluating them. Let's see some more example. This was a little trickier example. It was a little complicated for beginners. Let's see a simpler example. For example, I'm defining a function greet, then inside I'm just returning a string, return hello. I just need, whenever I will call this function, it will return me hello. So what I'm doing is, now in the main program what I'm writing is print, I'm calling the function greet, then whatever output is coming from that, I'm adding a string to it. Suppose Gracie. I know it's an English name, let's write some Hindi names, the Indian names. Greet, calling greet again, and let's write my name Vivek. So let's run it now. Hello Gracie, hello Vivek. So the greet function just returns us a string hello, and then whenever I'm invoking that function inside the print itself, greet comma Gracie, basically what is happening is the value which is being returned by the greet function is being concatenated to the string that we are passing to the print function. I hope the concepts of function is now a little clear to you. When we will do more examples and more practice about the functions, then it will be more clearer. Now let's see another important concept now, which is the max and min function. We are going to see the max function and the min function. These both are inbuilt functions in Python itself. What is the use of these functions? I am going to tell you. Suppose I have a variable big which is equal to max of hello world. Let me run this. Let's see what it returns. Okay, I did not print the variable itself. Let me just write another statement, print big. Let's run it again. So R is printed. Some of you must be wondering why it did not give W as an output. So there's a simple reason behind it, that smaller case letters are greater than the uppercase letters. So in smaller case letters, R is the largest, so therefore it is printed as the max of the particular string. Let me change this W to a smaller case W, then let's run it and see the output. W is printed now, and the reason is simple. The smaller case alphabets are greater than the uppercase alphabets. So max function gives us the maximum or the max character out of a string. Now you can guess what the minimum would do, the min function would do. Let's take a variable small, then invoke the min variable, min function, and then pass the same hello world to it. Also I'm adding a to it. Let's see what it does. Print small. Let's run it. W would be the output of that above. Let me run it again. Let me check what's the error here. So yeah, I confused you. There is no error in this code. Now you must be really even more confused that we got no output. How is that possible? That is possible because white space is the lowest. Let me just remove the white space from here, then you will see A would be printed on the screen. You can see that W and A is printed on the screen, but as soon as I add a white space, only W is printed. Also a white space is here, but you cannot see it because it's a white space. So basically the reason behind this is white space is smaller than any alphabetical character. So max and min function is used to, so basically max and min function are used to find the maximum and minimum character from a string. I hope the concept is now clear to you. The functions, arguments, returning values, passing values, and the max and min function. If you have any queries, feel free to ask me in the comment section below, or you can even DM me on my social media accounts. The link to those will be in the description box itself. Also follow us on Instagram, which is @mostlyprogramming. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Also share with your friends and subscribe to my channel if you have not already subscribed, because your subscriptions give me motivation to make more such videos. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more amazing content.